Number one, being the, let me think about it type of guy. Being the, let me think about it type of guy is the same guy that never takes any action. Deep down, he's a coward. I don't mean to be like so in your face and like offensive about it, but the only reason why I can say this and truly mean it is because I was that guy. I've been that guy for so long. And just being honest with you, at times, I still am that guy. I remember back when, pretty much ever since I've been married to Bree, she's always told me, Dre, you need to make a program. You need to make some kind of course. You got so much knowledge and wisdom and information that you can give your audience. You need to create something. And what I always say, let me think about it. That was always my go-to response. And really, I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking about nothing. I just said that to delay, procrastinate because I was afraid. I was too afraid to actually take action, create something. I was too afraid of taking all this time to build something up, and then what if it fails? What if it doesn't do good? And so basically, every time I said, let me think about it, I was just pretty much telling on myself. All this did was show how insecure I was, how much of a coward I was being. And so long story short, I just grab my nuts and I just execute. I spent like 3 months working on this masculine masterclass. I mean, you guys have seen it. You guys have seen what a beast of a program this is. It's literally impacting lives, and it's impacting my own life, and I'm so ecstatic about just the way it turned out. I wish I would have done this years prior like my wife told me to. Right now I'm working on my second program, but I could have had like 6 out by now, but it's all good. Sometimes in life, us men, we just got to learn the hard way, and I had to learn the hard way on this one. But what this process taught me was how powerful not overthinking is. I got this email from Andrew Tate the other day, not a personal email. It was like some generated automated one. I ain't that cool. But he was talking about in the email overthinking, and how overthinking, it's the killer of all hopes and dreams. It's the killer of drive, passion. The thing about a guy who says, let me think about it all the time, he never does actually think. He never actually does process and take action. He just keeps delaying because ultimately, he's afraid. And then he lies to himself thinking, no, I'm thinking about it, I'm just kind of processing. But he's not. He's not processing anything. He's just, like I said, delaying. And you gotta ask yourself this same exact question. Am I thinking about it, or am I just delaying? Am I just really afraid? Honestly, bro, if we're being real here, how long does it really take someone to make a decision? Maybe 5 seconds tops. You either do something or you don't. You either schedule it, plan it, or you just forget about it. It doesn't matter to you. Now, hey, look, if you're like how I was and you're sick of being the, let me think about it type of guy, and you want to attack your goals, you want to attack your life and your mission as a man, and hey, if you're in a relationship like how I am, and you're sick of feeling flimsy, you're sick of feeling weak and impotent, and you want your girl to look at you in complete awe and look at you as the leader, as the king, then you gotta check out masculinemasterclass.com right now. I will link it down below for you. This is something you as a man, you do not want to miss out on. Number 2, seeking change, not transformation. Now, it's January 7th right now, so we're about a week into the new year. And what happens at this same time every single year? You see all these weenie guys come out, bro, 2023 is gonna be my year, dude. This is all me. This is the year where I'm gonna do this, and that. And it's just all talk. Everyone's at the gym. Everyone's got these new fitness regimens and diet plans that they start. And what happens every single time? It's the same pattern every single year. One by one, as the weeks go by, as the months go by, everybody starts falling off. Everyone starts losing that enthusiasm, right? Eventually, they just get burned out, little by little. And then the end of the year comes around again, and then everybody's getting hyped up. All right, 2024 is coming. This is my year, bro. And you hear the same thing. It's just the same thing over and over and over. And this might be you. This was me year after year for the last 10 years. And so if you're like how I was, bro, then you got to hear me out on this. This is the best possible advice I could give you for this year. This is worth all your gas money right here. There's a huge difference between change and transformation. Now, what I want you to do is, here, I just cut out this square box right here. What I want you to do is pretend like this square is a representation of your life. You're a square, right? Now, you can change the direction of this square. You can continue to tilt it year after year. This is what people do. They continue to tilt that square. But what happens? At the end of the day, yeah, no matter how many times you change the direction of it and tilt it, it's still a freaking square, bro. No matter how many times you tilt this sucker, you're still the same person, the same shape. You're still a square. And this is what people do. They try to implement new habits, implement new routines, thinking this is gonna make drastic change in their lives, thinking this is just gonna change the whole game, right? But little by little, all those little habits and new routines that they do, they just keep dropping off one by one. And then what happens? They're back to just being, they're just the same square again. They're the same person. And all these little extra habits that they continue to add on every single year, all it is just like mental mastered debation, right? You're just making yourself feel good. You're hyping yourself up, thinking that this is it, man. This is gonna be my year, bro. Everything's about to change, right? So what I encourage you to do is stop pursuing change. Stop tilting the square. Check this out. What does the Bible say? Does the Bible say to change? No. It says to transform. It says, do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? But in order to fully transform into something new, into a whole new person, you have to destroy your current self. You have to literally allow the current version of yourself to completely die. And that's a scary thing to do. See, what happens is we keep adding new habits to our old self, and then they eventually fall off, and then we're still just left with the same square. So you gotta think to yourself, rebirth. That has to be your new mindset. I gotta be something new. I gotta be born again. You can't keep tipping over this square just over and over. You have to change shape. You have to become completely unrecognizable. You have to allow this version of yourself to die, and you gotta become something new. You gotta become a triangle. You gotta become a circle. Something else. You gotta change shape. And by becoming something entirely new, by totally transforming yourself, this is scary, bro. It's not a fun process. And that's how you know when someone hasn't truly transformed. That's how you know, because they're not scared. See, by adding habits and doing new things at the beginning of the year, that's not scary. If anything, it's fun, it's exciting, right? That's why everyone gets all pumped up, because it's not scary to change. You know what is scary? Destroying your old self. Destroying the way you used to think, destroying your old habits, your old ways, and transforming into a completely new man. That's scary, bro. Getting rid of the video games, destroying the alcohol bottles, throwing away all your gummies, deleting all those toxic dating apps that you're on, literally destroying that old version of yourself to make way for the new version. Starting new habits, I mean, that's cool, bro, but habits for a lot of people are just putting a band-aid on things. You can't start new habits until you destroy the old ones first. The Bible says, when I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put the childish ways behind me. And that's what you gotta do. Put the childish ways behind you. Literally destroy those childish thoughts and make way for the new man. That's how you transform. Now, I want to kind of dive into a different topic here. I feel like this is extremely important. I feel like this habit is really destroying young men. It's destroying their confidence, especially with women. It's causing them to dam up instead of man up. It's causing them to become bitter and lonely opposed to hopeful and outgoing. And that's number 3, the black pill mentality. With technology advancing at such a rapid pace right now, it's hard not to kind of get accustomed to this black pill mentality, bro. Even me and you, we got to be aware of this. Elisha Long just said in a recent video, he said, guys these days, they go straight onto their Tinder and, try to hook up with different chicks, try talking to different chicks, and the second they get rejected or, they're not getting a certain amount of likes or they're not getting any likes whatsoever, they turn black pill. And then they think to themselves, oh, I guess it's just all about looks then. That's all the girls want. And hey, look, if I lived my life this way, I'd probably think the same thing, honestly. But you gotta realize, bro, you're on an app full of just degenerate, superficial knuckleheads. And 99% of these people on here, they're only on here for one thing. And all the girls who are on this app, they're usually spending all the majority of their time on Instagram, just scrolling through, looking at all these perfect people, perfect men. And so they're thinking now this is reality. They're in this like little fantasy la la land over here. And so then when they do jump on the dating apps, they can just swipe away. They can keep swiping and swiping until they find their perfect little dream man. They're 6'2", 6'3", hunka, freaking tall, dark, and handsome, blue eyes, blonde hair guy who's really probably, I don't know, just probably catfishing. He probably doesn't even really look as good as he does in his pictures. He's probably using like some sort of AI generator or something now. But that's why I urge you men, hey, just stay off these apps. Or I mean, if you do use them, hey, at least be aware of this. Understand that you're fishing in polluted waters, so you can't get all bummed out when things don't go your way. You can't get all black-pilled and just be like, just all the women just suck these days. It's like, nah, bro, you're just in the wrong place. It's like, I just spit on the lens. It's like, nah, bro, you're just in the wrong place. It's like me going into an ice cream parlor, getting pissed because they don't have any tacos. No, I'm in the wrong place. I'm in the wrong location. So what I want you guys to realize is this. Hey, bro, there's still loyal girls out there. There's still traditional women out there. I know a lot of you, like on my shorts and stuff, like I had a short I posted the other day that was like, 4 types of women to stay away from. And I got all these comments saying, well, that's all girls these days. No, it's not, bro. That's just all the girls on your little dating apps that you're always constantly trying to find matches on. When you actually get out there into the real world and you get out of your little basement, your little bedroom, and you actually get out and about face to face with actual real people, you can find a normal person. You can have an actual just normal, happy relationship. One where you guys are just cool with each other, where you just keep it simple and you don't have to worry about each other going off and cheating. It's just a normal, healthy relationship. So I hope you guys can realize that. I hope you can realize that you don't need to be some like 6'3" Instagram male model with like, you don't need to be like an e-boy with that super sharp, chiseled jawline. If you just get out of your bedroom, if you get off all those dating apps and just go out there into the real world, go out to like youth groups, and go to church. I met my wife at a Christian music festival where she was serving God opposed to serving men like all the other gross chicks out there. So hey, look, there's good girls out there. There's good traditional women raised by traditional families. There's girls out there that will be loyal to you, that want to be good wives, that want to be good mothers, that want to just be loyal to you and you alone. It is a little more rare these days, bro. I'm not going to say that it's just super easy finding these types of women, but if you wait and if you remain patient and you trust in God, you trust on His timing, not yours, and understand that He's orchestrating things right now for your benefit. He's setting you up with one of His greatest daughters. If you just wait on that and have faith in that, He'll set you up, bro. Just don't get ahead of Him. Don't start searching and swipe. Oh no, she's not. No, just be patient. Work on yourself. Work on who you need to be as a man, and God will set you up at the right time. And once He does put that girl in front of you on your path, okay, then that's when you go in and you execute. And the fourth thing is stop going with the flow of culture, with the flow of trend. I know how it is, bro, especially when you're young. You got peer pressure. If you don't fall in line with what everybody else is doing, if you're not hooking up, if you're, still a virgin, then like you're considered just weird. But I say, hey, bro, be weird then. So be it. Be the odd one out. Be the black sheep. If that's what it's going to take for you to stay on your path, if separating yourself from the masses, which the masses are always the asses, if that's what it takes, then so be it. If that's going to set you up to be the best man that you can possibly be, then be weird. Be the guy who's kind of just left out. The Bible says, choose this day whom you will serve. So you got to ask yourself as a man, who am I going to serve? Am I going to serve culture? Am I going to serve all the, media's trends and all their degenerate ways? Or am I going to serve God? Am I going to follow His purpose for my life, His will? I promise you, bro, the more you stay in line with God's path for your life, things just flow. The more you embrace your masculinity, the more you embrace your calling. Life, dude, it almost becomes like effortless. I'm not saying it's completely easy, because this is the harder route. The way of the world is simple. It's really easy. You just give in to all your ways. You just give in to all your temptations. You just give in to pretty much anything that gives you pleasure. So that is an easier route, but when you choose that harder route, when you live for purpose, when you serve God, life does start to become a little bit more effortless. You start to catch a momentum that you would never have when following the ways of the world. The ways of the world, you just end up confused. Yeah, you might have some fun, you might have some wild parties and wild moments, but you always end up burned. You always end up shooting yourself in the foot. When you take the harder route, the delayed gratification, you're setting yourself up, bro. You're setting up your entire future. So in 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when all these knuckleheads are lost and confused more than ever, and they have no direction for their lives, when they don't have any wife, when they've been cheated on like 20 times, when they're still just the same person they were in high school, when they're totally just broke, trying to make ends meet, you've built up an empire. And now you get to live the rest of your life enjoying all the rewards of manhood. So I encourage you, my brothers, take that route, the harder route. Take the road less traveled. This right here is how you become king. With that said, hope you all enjoyed today's video. Please give it a nice big thumbs up if you dug it. Hit the notifications button to be informed when I drop new content. And hey, if you want to fully embrace your masculinity as a man, reject all of culture's ways, click this video right here. It'll change your life as a man, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace always.